back to my channel. So today I have another haul for you guys, haul slash fragrance review. Like I mentioned in my first video, I have a whole bunch of fragrances that I've accumulated and added to my collection and grown my collection since I've been away. So I'm going to try to group them as much as I can and see how I can best review them for you guys and kind of spread out the reviews amongst other type of fragrance videos or other types of videos in general. But one that I thought would be easy because I've never reviewed any of their fragrances before. I've never owned any of their fragrances before I got 3 all at once, would be All Saints. And that is a range of fragrance or a fragrance brand that I had tried maybe once or twice in passing, specifically because of one of their scents that kind of blew up. And then I wasn't really drawn to them. I felt like they were overpriced for what they were, and none were really calling my name. However, recently, and if you live in Canada, this might still be in one of your local stores, but probably already sold out. I found out that they were discontinuing all their fragrances and removing them from Shoppers Drug Mart, and so these went on sale, and they went down to the kind of $20 sale. And that was too good to pass up. So my store had 3, so I picked them up. I've worn them now for at least a month, if not longer. And so I thought we could kind of get to the scents, go through the notes, and kind of go through my review and what I like and dislike about them. I will say, just right off the bat, I still think that I wouldn't have picked up any of these fragrances full price just for me personally. But if you can find them on the deal, now that they're getting discontinued, and All Saints, I think I read somewhere, is going to try to revamp their collection altogether and come out with new scents, so might as well pick them up. We're going to start with Concrete Rain, and this has notes of rain notes, lily, orris, orchid, cottonwood or poplar, musk, and cashmere wood. So, this one, and I'll put them in order of my favorite and least favorite in the end, but this one to me was immediately a standout because of how instantly powdery it got, and you guys know I'm a sucker for powdery scent. I feel like it leans really quickly and strongly in the powdery aquatic world without being feminine. It doesn't smell like makeup powder or, like floral powdery. It does have an element of rain notes or wateriness to it without smelling musky either, because I struggle a bit with any aquatic note that's getting too murky and musky in a kind of swamp-like way. Sometimes, like Eau de Lagon really does that, but sometimes with watery florals or aquatic florals, it can end up that way. This really, really does not, and I just liked how it could get so powdery and so kind of petrichor smelling without being feminine. I feel like it's a really, really classic unisex scent. You guys know I think everything can be unisex, wear what you like, but in general this is really, really beautifully unisex and smells of kind of like navy blue early fall or like late fall, I would say, rain nights. So I really like that one, and I mean, hint hint, nudge nudge, it is, if I remember correctly, very much my favorite of the 3, because we can go in deeply the other way with Flora Mortis. So Flora Mortis is an interesting one. I will say, now smelling them, I took a little break from them. They don't smell as bad as when I first got them, and I was a little like, oh, thank God they were $20. But this one is the one I struggle with the most by a long shot. It only lists amberwood, black pepper, coumarin, and orchid. To me, this leans very deeply in the kind of dark, peppery floral, and they're so prevalent and like non-forgiving that I find it really hard to wear this kind of scent. Definitely in the spring, summer, kind of warmer weather, but even in colder weather on its own. I feel like this might be one that I would layer and maybe I'd enjoy more that way, either to make it warmer or to make it kind of sweeter. But this is really like dark, kind of dried out florals, um, doused in black pepper. And it's so deeply, like, it really, I mean, they don't list any other notes, so I'm not surprised, but it's kind of like a spicy black pepper dead floral bouquet. And I can see how maybe this would be reminiscent of like Halloween, or gothic vibes. But for me personally, this is one that, like, if it wasn't a deal, I would not have picked up. It's certainly interesting enough, but it just leans so much into the black pepper world that it's going to be very rare reach for me. So as I mentioned, the third scent is actually the one that I had smelled all those years ago, the only fragrance from All Saints that I'd smelled, because there was a lot of hype on Sunset Riot when it first came out, or at least around the time it got released, because, and this will date very much when I smelled this came out and people scrambled to say that it was a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. I think we can all agree, I felt this way for a very long time now, but I think most of us can agree that the time of Baccarat Rouge 540, while still an incredible fragrance, has really subsided, and that kind of deep dupe heavy world, thankfully, has started to slow down and, if not completely dissipate. But I was still curious to try it all these years, or a couple years later, and see where kind of it lay in the whole grand scheme of things. This lists amber, cedar, orange blossom, pink pepper, and rose. But, you know, it's very clearly inspired by that scent. The ways in which it differ, I would say immediately it's a little bit more of like a cologne-y take. It has this weird, and I never got this from the original or many of the dupes, but this is one of the only dupes that I feel like I understand the whole dentist office rubber gloves thing. I never got that perspective, but this smells like getting a cleaning, like the environment around you when you're getting a dental cleaning, mixed with like a whisper of Baccarat Rouge 540. I guess in that way it's interesting. It's a different take. It's a little bit more cologne-y and masculine also. Very little on like the burnt sugar vibe. But me personally, I'm really sick of this scent. I still need a break from it, and so having a dupe of it that I like less than the original, and less than the other dupes even, because I don't really want to smell like the environment of getting a dental cleaning all the time. I don't think I'm going to be reaching for this one as much. I feel like in the times that I miss a Baccarat Rouge 540 scent, I have enough dupes where even within like the realm of just the dupes and not the original, I would not reach for this one. So for me, again, if you are looking for it, what a great time to grab it on an extremely good deal before it disappears forever. But if you are looking for any dupe of Baccarat Rouge 540, I would not recommend that one. All right, so as always, we will put them in order. I don't think it's that hard to see that my number one is Concrete Rain. It is the only one that I would consider getting full price. I still probably wouldn't and would wait for a sale, but it's the only one I would actually reach for and have reached for since I did kind of like a few days trial of this. I really like petrichor scents. I love rainy fragrance scents, and for me, this is a little bit reminiscent of the gray and purple versions of Nirvana Gray and Nirvana Purple, or whatever those were, by Mary-Kate and Ashley, by Elizabeth and James. This is reminiscent of that for me, just kind of like a cozy, fluffy blanket under rain scent. It's the only one that stands out where I'm like, okay, I would actually wear this. Of the two others, I really have struggled to choose one that I would like over the other. I feel like Flora Mortis is less annoying because it doesn't remind me of a worse version of another scent. It just reminds me of a scent that I'm not particularly drawn to, but also I've always really been trying it out in more warmer, summier weather, so I'm just not inclined to be reaching for something like this anyways. Sunset Riot, while more palatable, is more annoying. It just, especially being in the mood for that kind of interesting take, I guess, on a Baccarat Rouge 540 dupe, I'm very rarely, I feel like, going to be in this kind of mood. So I interchange these between second and third place, but as of this week and trying them out to make this video, I would put Flora Mortis in second place and a very close third to Sunset Riot. So please do let me know if you've tried any All Saints fragrances, or if you've ever tried any of these specifically. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, I'd love to hear if you have specific fragrance videos or beauty videos, makeup videos, hair, whatever it is that you'd like to see from me. And I will see you next time. Bye!